y'all, checking in on day 37. So no big views behind me today, just a tree. We're camping we're camping in a forest about halfway up our climb out of Panther Creek, next to a Forest Service road. Mark and I had really been gunning to sleep on a Forest Service road or near a Forest Service road this whole trip. Just kidding. We had to do that on a trip in May, so it's been a running joke. So yesterday I didn't do a check-in, but it was actually a really, really beautiful day. We came into Cascade Locks, which is on the Oregon Washington border. We took a trail alternate down the Eagle Creek Trail, which just took us by some incredible waterfalls, some swimming holes that I definitely want to come back to sometime. And then into Cascade Locks, where we were lucky enough to nab a motel room. So nice to sleep in a bed and take a shower. And we also happened to luck into like the only operating washing machine in the entire town. I think we benefited from everybody else giving up waiting for it. And got some delicious lunch and beers at Thunder Island Brewing Company, and then randomly ran into some of my old coworkers from BSSP that I adore. So really a cool day. So we've got from the Oregon-Washington border to Snoqualmie Pass is about 250 miles exactly, and we only have about 12 days to do it. So on advisement from a number of people that we know who live in Washington, have hiked the trail a number of times, we actually skipped forward about 30 miles to Panther Creek. So today we actually spent most of the day hitchhiking and stopped in Carson, Washington along the way and got some really, really delicious food. I got a tasty dragon fruit kombucha at, I think, Backwoods Brewing Company, really beautiful spot. And then did about a 3-mile road walk up to Panther Creek, which is a campground in Washington. So, we've heard that the trail from here on out is really beautiful. If we really want to, we can go back and complete it. But just especially with my ankle hurting, it gave us a little bit more leeway to pull back and do, only 20-mile days versus having to sneak in a couple 25-mile days. And I just don't know if I would have been able to hold up for that. So more important to be out here enjoying the journey than it is to walk every single individual mile of trail. I just had a mosquito go by me. That's the first mosquito I've heard in a week. Gotten so spoiled with the mosquitoes. But anyway, so tomorrow we head into what's supposed to be some really, really scenic areas of Washington, up towards White Pass, which is our next resupply. So we've got, I think, about 100 miles, maybe 110 miles from where we started today. So probably about 100 miles from here to White Pass. Just really looking forward to the next few days. Day 38. We are, I think we're 16 miles into our day. Chia seeds in my teeth for my smoothie. We're headed to Junction Lake today, about 20 miles from where we camped last night. A lot of this morning was pretty overcast through trees and all that good stuff, and then we just started climbing up. Well, we've been climbing all day technically because we were down at 400 feet yesterday afternoon, but we're back up at about 5,000 feet. Found a nice cliff to perch ourselves on for an afternoon smoothie. Right behind me is Mount St. Helens. We're going to be tonight and the second half of today. We were in the, what's it called?
Indian Heaven
Wilderness. And,
or is it Indian?
The Indian Heaven Wilderness in Washington. We're only in this area for one night, and then tomorrow we walk into just the same national forest, but not in this wilderness area. And then tomorrow we'll hit highway or Forest Road 23 or something like that, which is the end of this technical section. But we packed and we're continuing on to White's Pass, and we've heard from everybody that that section in between Forest Road 23 and White's Pass is really, really spectacular. An area that everybody loves a lot, so we're really looking forward to that. But this view right now is pretty dope, pretty awesome. And we're just speculating about the eruption of Mount St. Helens, so looking forward to looking some stuff up about that when I have cell reception again. So it'll be a quick check-in from the evening of day 39. You're getting a tent check-in today. I was going to do it earlier when we were next to this nice creek, but someone showed up and I felt weird about recording on my phone. So today wasn't anything like particularly crazy. I think it was just like a 21 and a half mile walk through the woods, basically. We started at Bear Lake and we just finished up.
Mount Adams.
That is true. We like had a pretty cool view of Mount Adams actually, which was piqued our interest because we're going to be walking up and around it tomorrow. And then had some amazing trail magic at the end of the day. We were like 0.2 miles away from our campsite and came up on some folks with pizza and beer, and they made me a salad. Retread, Thomas, Ming, and Scar. So that was pretty awesome. Nice little treat right before camp. We had debated staying at a campsite that was like a mile prior to that, so pretty stoked that we made the decision to traipse on up here. Plus now we have one less mile we have to do tomorrow. How about you, Mark? Musings from day 39?
What she said.
So it's hard to tell, but all of this undergrowth is huckleberries.
Except for the flowers.
Except for the flowers. Day 40. So we just climbed up about 2,000 feet from the creek we stayed at last night. Behind me is Mount Adams, which is, mosquito, a large volcano, obviously. We just came up around the ridge and we had this cool moment where we had a view of like Mount St. Helens to the west and then Mount Hood to the south, and then obviously this behemoth, because we're close to it, right behind us. So today we're going to circumnavigate Mount Adams. Have a little bit more climbing to do, then it's kind of flat and then down. And then we're going to stay at a little spring, most likely, that is right at the beginning of Goat Rock, which we'll hike through tomorrow. So lots of beautiful views today. I spent probably a little bit more time coming up the hill than necessary because there was like thousands and thousands of huckleberry bushes in the burn area. Like so many delicious huckleberries, getting all my antioxidants out here. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to continuing having some nice views today. We've had 2 20+ mile days that were basically just in the woods, which is nice, but like the big views are definitely invigorating. Hey, Making it very short and sweet today from day 41. We're about a half a mile away from the end of a 23.5 mile day. Just came up to the top of Cispus Pass in the Goat Rock Wilderness, and we're headed down to water. And I am thirsty and tired, and that is all I gotta say. Okay, I'll do a second check-in on day 41. So this is where we're staying tonight. This little grove of trees up behind me. Absolutely gorgeous. So this is the Cispus Basin, I think, in Goat Rock's wilderness area. We did 23.5 miles today before 5 p.m., which I think is like a record for us. And I'm so stoked to be here. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm happy I walked as far as I did. Just like looking at a view of Mount St. Helens over like tons of beautiful mountains. Mark's exploring the river. I'm about to like splash some cold water on my face. This is awesome. Day 42. So we have not gone very far today. Significantly slower day. If you see behind me, you can see where the trail traces up this ridge. It goes up to Old Snowy, which is a couple ridges back. We've had beautiful views all day. And so we have been poking along. It's Mount Rainier in the background. Up from the top of Old Snowy, we could see Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Mount Adams, just really, really pretty. So now we're on the Knife's Edge, which is this trail that just continues to trace along the edge. The PCT trail designers really took the crest comment seriously here, but it's pretty because we get views of these awesome areas. There's a huge glaciated canyon below us. You can see the rock striations, and it's just really nice. So we think we're probably gonna have a shorter day today because it's already about 10 o'clock and I think we've gone maybe like 6 miles. But that's okay because we're out here to have fun and do what we want. So we're gonna enjoy the views today.